Respected all, welcome to Brinda Publications, Hyderabad. We are going to discuss something which is going to be very useful for your functioning of the school and enhancing the learning capabilities of your students, at the same time assisting your teachers in delivering their classes more effectively. So what kind of solutions you can expect from us, let us see. But before we go for that, as you all know, the present impact of COVID-19 situation has been very adverse on the education system. Even the last academic year also, for example, precious time was lost in waiting, like when the physical school will reopen, like that. In the meantime, I don't say that all schools, but definitely a majority of the schools have started in a haphazard manner the online classes, which could not give efficient learning to the students. So naturally, the students' learning capabilities were adversely affected. In order to ensure that the same scenario doesn't repeat this academic session, let us not wait until the situation is favorable for the physical reopening of the schools. We have a solution where we can start the learning process for your school, for your students in a very cost-effective manner, at the same time high efficiency of learning also. So what kind of a solution we are providing from Brinda Publications? It is a very simple to use app called as the Smart Teacher app. Now in this, the feature is that it is easy to use because every student will be provided with a unique user ID and password. Of course, your teachers also will get. At the same time, using a single teacher or a correspondent or an in charge also, the whole program can be managed. To that extent, it is designed in a careful manner by Brinda Publications. The app comes with a predefined timetable where for every class that particular week timetable is already given. Say for example, you can consider class 10. So the schedule for a particular day will be consisting of 4 lessons, of course of 4 different subjects. But in the 1 week, all the subjects will be taken care so that the syllabus will progress in a graded and gradual manner. In the morning session, there will be 2 classes. Similarly, in the afternoon session also there will be 2 classes. Thereby, the load on the students also will not be high. At the same time, they will be getting the coverage of every single subject. Now, this particular timetable, when your students will follow, naturally as a school you may get a question that how do we ensure that our students are actually attending the class? That's very important, and that is also addressed by us. For example, if there are 30 students in a particular class or a section, immediately after that the in charge teacher or correspondent can check as to how many students have attended the class. It will be displayed as, for example, say 18. Not only that, among the students who have attended, if you take for example a student by name Aswin, you can track how many minutes the student was actually listening to the class. So if the scheduled duration of the class is, say for example 30 minutes, now it will be displayed as to how many minutes the student was attending the class. So thereby you will know that the student has definitely missed certain part of the class, and immediately you can alert the parent and also the student and take the feedback from them as to what is the reason for that. In this way, you can keep a check on the students' attendance and also the students' attentivity of that particular class also. And then what is this particular online classes offered from the Brinda Publication consist of? We are not jumping into the present class directly, but rather giving the bridge course also and then going to the regular academic course. Now what is this? Even government schools, both at state level and central level, are planning to give bridge course to the students, wherein the previous class fundamentals are given before the student learns the present class. Now that will be taken care in the bridge course, followed by the regular academic course. Let us focus on the bridge course for a second here. Consider a student is actually now in the class 9. That student, whatever the essential fundamentals were supposed to be acquired during the class 8, such important concepts will be given to the student before the actual 9th class classes will commence. So this program is designed for a duration of 4 weeks commencing from the 21st of June. The advantage of the bridge course is two-way. One, it will be very helpful for strengthening the basics of your students. Second, as a school, when you are interacting with the parents, it will establish a good rapport, good communication, because you will be informing them about the commencement of the bridge course, and then it will be followed up by the regular course. Now you may ask, or some doubt may come in your mind, what is the cost factor for this particular bridge course? As Brinda Publications is taking it as a social responsibility also, the bridge course is given absolutely free of cost for each and every school who are enrolling for this particular program. Now that's a good benefit, and also you will get a feel of the program also. Your students also will improve, your teachers also will be attending this to keep track of the students' progress. Then of course, coming to the academic course, the present class classes, every single subject is taken care. Telugu, Hindi, English, mathematics, physical sciences, biology, social studies for the classes 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And the two Telugu states, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana state boards, can avail this particular feature of the academic course. Every class, every subject will be covered, and as we discussed, its timetable is given prior to you. Brinda Publications is giving 2 different services for your school, and you can choose the one that will best suit your school requirements. The first service offered from Brinda Publications is the combination of Smart Teacher app with the live classes component. Here, as you see, for example, in the timetable, a particular class, they are getting 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. their first class. Similarly, the second class will be there from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Again, the classes will continue, 2 more classes in the afternoon session. Say for example, 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. will be the third class, followed by 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. the fourth class. As we can observe, there is a gap between the morning session 2 classes and the afternoon session 2 classes. In this gap, your school teachers can conduct the live classes. During the live classes, they can utilize it in 3 ways. One is adding additional points or inputs related to the class that has happened so that the students will get benefited. Secondly, if any doubts are there from the students, those can be clarified by your teachers during the live classes. Third, which is equally important, is that your teachers can ask the students certain questions and can ascertain how attentive the students were and to what extent they could learn the subject also during the classes. Same thing can be done for the classes that happens in the afternoon session. Immediately after that, the live classes for related to them can be taken up by your teachers. The second service offering from Brinda Publications is live classes with PowerPoint presentations. In short, we call that as the PPTs. Before we understand about this PowerPoint presentations offering from us, at present what is happening, let us try to analyze. In most of the schools, the teachers using their mobile phone are taking the class to the students. For example, they are either projecting the camera of the mobile phone onto the textbook directly, or they are fixing the mobile phone at a particular place and then taking the class on the available board at their home or maybe at the school also. One more way the classes are being held online is by the use of Zoom app or the Google Meet app, and in that also the textbook content is used as it is. In order to increase the efficiency of teaching and make the learning process more interesting for the students, the PowerPoint presentations usage is very, very important. For example, a subject like biology can become very lively once we show the students the corresponding PowerPoints, whereby the student will be getting the rich visual experience, and hence they will understand clearly, they will develop interest in the subject, and there is no need to by heart because already they understood, so they will be ready to write the answers or answer the questions in a very easy manner. Not only science subjects like that, some students say that social is not that interesting, but the fact of the matter is very wonderful points are discussed, and that wonderful points can be made really interesting through the usage of the PowerPoints, whereby suppose you are saying Ajanta and Ellora caves, and then you show them that the connectivity between the subject content and the visual one will make the student to develop interest and also understand the subject and the concepts very easily. Then what about maths? Well, will these PPTs be useful for the mathematics subject? Yes, of course, very much. Now, for example, you want to explain a concept and the related formula. You can use the PowerPoint presentation to convert that concept into the visual learning experience so that the student will not forget this for a long time, and anybody who has some fear about mathematics also, that will no longer exist because the student is understanding it in a very deeper manner. And your teachers can make use of the PowerPoints given from Brinda Publications, not only for science subjects or social or mathematics, even for languages, that is Telugu, Hindi and English also. Now here what the teacher can do is connect the digital writing pad with the system. Now that system could be a laptop or a desktop, what the normal computer we call. I will show you that. So I'm just keeping this writing pen aside here, and as you can see here, this is a one example of digital writing pad along with the digital writing pen, and of course this is the connecting cable. Now first and foremost, we are going to connect the cable to this digital writing pad, and the other end of this we will be connecting to our system. Now as we discussed, the system could be a laptop or your desktop. Now how this works? For example, the mathematics PPT slide here. Your teacher can add, explain further, highlight some point is in this one. For example, let us say the x coordinate, what has come here the y coordinate what has come can be highlighted. And suppose if the teacher feel that okay, in the PPT the x-axis was not mentioned properly, that can be given. Similarly, if the y-axis was not mentioned, that can also be explained, and any portion can be highlighted or explained like that. So you can in fact map this particular digital board onto your system, and the writing efficiency will further enhance. There are simple to use tools also, whereby the explanation will become more convenient and more easy for your teachers, and your students also will really get benefited from that. Respected all, as we discussed, Brinda Publications is giving you two service options. The first one, Smart Teacher app plus the live classes component. The second one, the live classes with our PPTs, which your teachers can make use of. And what about the cost factor? This comes at a low cost monthly subscription, really low cost. And the benefit is that at a low cost you will be getting the benefit of high efficiency of both teaching and learning process. And one more thing, in case you are not availing either the service 1 or service 2 from us, absolutely no issues. Still, you can avail the 4 weeks bridge course for your students absolutely free of cost, because the whole process we are taking up with a service motive. And last but not the least, without any link to whether you are availing any one of our services or not, we are offering study materials. Should you require, you can make use of. These study materials for all the subjects for the classes 6th to 10th of Telangana State Board are available. Looking forward to a mutually enriching and long relationship. Thank you.